Hey everybody, welcome to this episode of Black Leather Couch. Today's guest is Chad Painter. He's the owner and operator of Wonderland, bar in Richmond, Virginia. He's the lead singer of a Rob Zombie cover band, owner and operator of Richmond Lucha. Just a really creative, interesting, and crazy guy. I've known him for over 10 years and he's made every single one of those years interesting. So I had a good time sitting him on the couch and getting to know him a little more. Hope you guys enjoy.
Good. Thanks for doing this. People always want to know about you, so...
Me or just random people?
No, you in general. Or you specifically, but generally want to know about you. Yeah. You're a very big personality, so that kind of usually...
Yeah.
I wonder what he's really like. Is he always like that?
Pretty much.
Yeah, I was going to say. All right, so were you born in Richmond?
Yeah.
You were?
Yeah, born in MCV.
Born and raised?
Yeah, all my life.
Parents? What was your family situation growing up?
Dad's born in Richmond. My mom's born in Lebanon, Virginia, which is kind of like here.
I mean, were they... Do you come from a broken home?
No.
Do you have a good childhood?
I mean, it was good.
Were you traumatized? Is that why you're like this?
No, not at all, actually. I mean, they're still married now, and it's one of my 52 years, I believe.
Good grief.
Yeah. Yeah, they're still married, and
are they
still
proud
in the
of
same
you?
house.
Are they proud of you? Have they even told you?
I don't think that they'll actually admit that, but I would hope they would be.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm not, there's a lot of things that a lot of people have done that I've never done and never would do, and a lot of things that their friends' kids have done and things that I would never do. And,
yeah.
So, but I'm moderately, fairly successful at what I do, I like to think, and I know a lot of good people and a lot of good. I've established a lot of great relationships over the years with people from all walks of life, and
Yeah.
I guess
and
I'm somewhat of a.
So it's not just the bar though, too. You still own Lucha and all that too?
No, well, that's kind of on the back burner now.
Gotcha.
I mean, it's always something that we haven't done a show in 5 or 6 years, and that's something that there's not a day goes by that somebody doesn't ask me if we're ever doing another one.
Actually, I was digging through some stuff earlier and I found my Lucha shirt.
I mean,
little.
Almost. Actually, we did a show 2 years ago, and it was kind of switch it up to Lucha RVA.
Yeah.
To shake it up a little bit.
Change the name.
Do something new. Yeah.
Gotcha. But I saw earlier too. You posted something about one of the. I guess was it one of the former guys is on WWE now or something? Or?
Yeah, the Kamikaze Kid. He was kind of the he was the creative, one of the creative leaders, I guess, in the whole thing. There's a lot of key parts in it, but he did a lot of the video stuff and
okay.
All that stuff and a lot of the writing of the matches and he's going.
You mean it's not real?
Dun.
We're about to ruin a bunch of people's fantasy.
It's
semi-scripted. Let's say semi-scripted.
No, I'm going to say the same thing that all the wrestling nerds say. It's a predetermined outcome.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's better than...
It's definitely real. I mean, you can't...
Yeah, no, you can't fake getting dropped on your back, but...
Yeah, you can't fake getting hit in the head with a steel chair.
Yeah.
I mean, I've tried it to myself 1,000 times. For that 24 hours, I was the Richmond Lucha Hardcore Champion. Because I beat myself 10 times. And that wasn't,
But I digress.
Yeah.
So basically, what's the story with how you came to create Wonderland? Is that just from working in bars all the time and then getting sick of having to answer to somebody else, or?
That's kind of what it was. It seemed to be like the next step in the process. I started. I was going to school for graphic design, or actually, no, at that point I was.
Yeah, did you go to college? I mean.
Yeah, I went to 8.5 years of college.
Those people are doctors.
Yes. Yeah, I ended up with a degree in graphic design. So, So I tried to avoid art school, and it was inevitable that I just ended up back there.
Yeah.
But I started hanging out at a friend of mine. A friend of mine was hanging out with this girl who knew the guy who owned Bottom Line, which used to be on the corner of 18th and Main. So we're there, and when I hang out there for about a year, it's basically, it's like everybody knows everybody.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter. It's kind of like how I do it now. Everybody knows everybody, but everybody doesn't know everybody.
Yeah.
It doesn't
they
matter.
See them there all the time, and
right. We're all here in the same place. We're all here hanging out, having fun.
Yeah, there's a different dynamic in bars like yours and some of the other ones where you come in and even if you don't know the people, you're not judged by them like you are if you go to like Hookah or any of those other places. Yeah. That's one of the great things about stuff like that. So when you were working at Bottom Line, and I think that's when I met you.
Yeah, it was
forever ago.
Yeah, I was there for about like a year or so, and I was kind of drunk one Friday night or whatever. They didn't have somebody working the door, so I'm like, if you ever need anybody to work the door, let me know. So that turned out to be Friday nights, and basically working the door consisted of checking the one out of every 20 IDs of the people I hadn't seen all the time, and
that you didn't know already.
Drinking beer and mopping the floor at the end of the night.
Yeah.
And then it turned to Saturday, and then they moved down the street where the patio was and started doing band stuff.
So where was it originally?
It was on the corner of 18th and Main, where
the
Sweet Teas is now.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
That was the original one. They moved down to where the patio was.
Gotcha.
In 1814. Then I started doing bands there, so I was doing that, booking the bands and sitting at the back bar getting drunk.
Oh, so you took on a different role then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then basically the guys that were running it then didn't really want to do it anymore, so I moved to the front bar, and everybody assumed I owned the place then. It's like, no. No way. And then, so it was like basically, then they were going to shut it down, so the next step in the process was, I've done it this long, it was probably 10 or 12 years into it, and, at the time I'd, switched a couple of different spots or whatever. Worked at Fireballs for a little while, which is, Capital Ale House now.
Now, when you say they were going to shut it down, they were going to shut down the Bottom Line?
Yeah.
Did you take it over, or did you just move into something else?
Well, they wanted to get out of it, and I didn't really want to take that over, because...
Gotcha.
Because realistically, it came down to the fact that the patio was two separate spaces.
Yeah.
The patio was the draw, and it's like there was no guarantee that the main section of the patio would still be available. So...
Oh, okay.
And that's
was it owned by the same group? Or same people?
Different people.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah. Yeah, they could have made it a parking lot at, any time.
Anytime, I got you.
Yeah.
And how many years later is it still the same setup? But
10.
Yeah. How long Wonderland's been open?
December 27th, 2004.
God. Because it's been longer than that I knew you too, because
yeah.
I remember when you opened it, I was one of the first people to come in and look.
Yeah.
That's crazy. God, time flies. I'm old.
Mm-hmm.
We're old.
Yeah. Yes.
But still kicking ass.
Yeah, kicking something.
So what was the hardest part about opening it? Was it getting funds together, or was it...
No, it's really just playing the waiting game.
Really?
I mean, it's just... Everybody's like, all right, when you open? It's like 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
In a month.
2 weeks. I felt like my head was going to, 2 weeks, and I just pulled my head off, and it explodes in the middle of Mars.
Arnold.
Not the Mars bar, but although actually we did hang out there a lot, so we could have done that too.
So Bottom Line goes to close, and you decide you're going to just open your own one.
Yeah.
And you how long did it take you to find a spot, or was it pretty?
It was
pretty easy.
Yeah, it was right across the street, so
yeah.
It's it wasn't that hard.
What was it before? What was one?
It was Sauce, or the Sauce at the pizza place.
Ah.
So there's the bar area, the main room, and they had video games.
Is that why there's that door in?
And then they got the roll-up doors where they were selling pizza through the window there to the bar.
Gotcha.
But they had some DJ something or other in the middle room, or video games at one point. And then
well, it definitely doesn't look anything like it ever has before. I'm sure.
Yeah, no, it was when we got in there, it was the most god awful red paint on the wall.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the really bright, intense red, but I think they put extra gloss in the paint. Jeez. Because it took just forever to cover it up. I mean, it was just coat after coat after There's still a few spots that we couldn't reach. They're like right over top of the TV, and to this day, it's still
red.
Annoys the shit out of me.
Jeez.
And it's like that big, but it's like I know it's there.
Yep, in the same way. OCD just kicks in, murders you.
Yeah.
So what? Were there any major obstacles when you were trying to get it open, or was it pretty?
That was pretty much
pretty smooth run to
yeah.
find the place, get the place. Nobody fought you on it or anything like that.
Yeah. No, because we'd already, you know, we'd already kind of established, you know, that we were not basically a bunch of fuck ups.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, we knew we were serious about doing the business. And
well, you also probably had kind of a client base already. Like,
yeah.
I was gonna say fan base, but
it's kind of the same
you had
thing.
you know bar patrons that knew you guys and probably would hey you're going to this place now, we'll go there.
Right. That's actually what when we left to go to Fireballs a couple times, like for about a year or so there in the middle. That's kind of what happened. Everybody's like, "Where are you now?" It's like, "We're here." Okay, we're going there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They flock to you, man. They flock to you.
Yeah, that's what I tell. That's actually what I tell new people when they come in. It's like they're kind of freaked out at first. It was like
new people, like just visitors
new
to the
customers,
bar.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
New random people that may just happen to wander in. It's like, oh, I just happened to came in. I come by here all the time.
Yeah.
And I finally came in. It's like, yeah, like I don't care who you are or where you're from.
Just
or
don't be a dick.
What you do. It's like just we're all here to hang out and have fun.
Yeah.
Just don't be an asshole. You know.
Well, what's the most fun about?
Cool.
What's the most fun thing about running the place?
I guess it's. I guess it's just. It's the same thing. That's like the worst thing about it. It's just having to be social and interactive all the time.
All the time. Yeah.
It's like there's, that's the best part, and at the same time, it's the worst part because there's no
downtime.
There's no downtime.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't. If I'm not there, people are like, "Where are you? Where I came by? Why weren't you here?" It's like, well, I needed an hour off
by myself.
Yeah. But yeah, that's again, that's the part that's the best part. That's the best part and the worst part.
Yeah.
But it's more good than bad, obviously.
Yeah. Well, you wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about just going fuck it and walking away, or?
Oh yeah. I mean, 6 months into it, I was ready to like to match and run.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Why was that? It's just
literally because there's no. If you're serious about doing it, there's no days off. There's no time off.
Yeah.
There's no vacations. There's no sick time. There's no, it's go, 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 go. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
You gotta be in it all the way, or
you gotta be in it to win it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I always ask this question for creative people, and you are one of the more creative people I know because half the shit you've got in there you've made. Well, hell, all the shit you've got in there you've made yourself.
Yeah.
Was there something like a book or a movie or an album that you remember as like the defining pivotal moment of when you were growing up? Something that changed the way you thought?
Oh, yeah, it was.
I mean, it didn't even have to be when you were a kid. It could have been in your teens, because
it was always. Well, I kind of got into the horror thing. I used to not be. I can't even remember what movie it was, but I watched that one. I still wish I could find it because it totally freaked me out, and I couldn't sleep for like weeks afterwards. And I hated horror movies. And I remember the first one I actually just sat and watched was it was Nightmare on Elm Street 3. And of course after that I've caught up everything, all the key whatevers, and that's the one that kind of just was like, oh, this ain't so bad. And now obviously
the third one is the one that made you think this isn't so bad, huh?
Yeah.
It bridged the gap.
Well, that was just because I don't know why that one stick. I mean, I'm sure there were other ones, but that one stuck out in my head. That was the first one that
sticks. Yeah.
Yeah. Because of whatever stupid reason, I'm sure there was some female involved.
So you just embraced it and ran with it then?
Pretty much. Yeah. Yeah.
How old were you when you first saw that?
12, 10, something like that.
Oh, so younger, not like
like when it came out.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, when they had like
not a VHS kind of.
Actually, when you went to theaters and saw movies,
when there wasn't leaked on the internet and
then they had
advanced DVD copies,
VHS and Beta.
Now
Beta, they were a little bit smaller tapes, and the video quality was so much better.
Oh, is that what the difference was? I never really realized what the difference between VHS and Beta was, other than that they were different formats, like HD DVD and Blu-ray DVD. I didn't.
Yeah, the quality just seemed better to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you run like your websites and stuff like that still? Are you doing any of that, or is
no, we just kind of
social media kind of?
Yeah, it's like the Facebook and the other one with the pictures.
Instagram.
That one. Yeah.
The other one with the pictures.
Yeah, I've got Derek who does the bands. He set the Instagram up for that, and it's a lot more. Instagram works a lot better for what we do, simply because it's all. Yeah, everything here is visual.
It's like bite size, yeah.
You know,
you don't have to give a big explanation for everything. You just
it's like, here it is.
Hey, look at this.
Look, here's this sandwich we're making right now. Ooh.
Yeah, is that something that I noticed? That's something new I've seen is a lot of creative food concoctions. Is that something you're doing like for the menu, or is that stuff you're just making to test it out?
Yes. I mean, it's
both of those things.
Yeah, it's all of that. You know, it's all stuff that I can make at any time.
Oh, really?
Because I last year or whatever, like I don't know what it was. I just after watching all the stupid TV shows about bar this and bar that, and you got to make shit. It's time to get up.
Wake up, man! I got you out of your slumber early, huh?
No, it's like I decided to start making everything basically fresh or to order or by hand or whatever you want to call it, instead of buying the processed.
Well, it's funny because I don't know if you know
frozen crap or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know if you know the deal with Guar Bar coming up, how they're making like gourmet junk food.
Yeah.
And all I could think of was Chad's been doing that for like 6 months now.
That's great. Yeah.
At least.
And it's also shit I've been doing for like even before now. It's just more like
you put it out there now.
Yeah, I'm getting more. Before it was just a couple of things here and there. I had one thing I was doing called the meat neck.
That sounds familiar.
Named after Scott Preston. It was a hamburger with fried macaroni and cheese stuck in the middle of it, and like corn dog nuggets on the top with cheese melted down on it, so it melted in there, so it looked like the rolls on the back of his neck at the time.
Nice.
It's like ketchup and mustard, and I think ketchup and mustard because you got to have a vegetable on there.
2 vegetables even. Yeah. Well, one's a seed.
It was always it was doing a lot of like just random stupid stuff like that. But then now it's just kind of like, I can actually sell it for real and
Now, are you planning on like making specific things? Or you just change it up whenever you come up with something?
Well,
are you making a menu of the stuff, or you?
Well, there is, there's the basic menu, but it's like you can't really, I could sit there and write everything that it is, and be like 18 pages long for 5 things.
Yeah. But that is the plan, is to start offering that stuff. That's cool.
Yeah, I mean it's that is how it what's going on now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because like I said, I've seen them, but I wasn't sure what the.
Because we've always had. I mean, obviously we have to sell food, but I mean it's always been just the basic crap, And there wasn't really. There's not actually. It really came down to the fact there's not really that many decent places to really eat that aren't. There's no middle gap.
Yeah.
For
It's fine dining or.
Yeah.
Dollar pizza or whatever.
Yeah. We're getting sick of pizza.
Yeah. Well, with all the things you've built in the place and created, and nice, I like that. All the stuff you've built, all the stuff you've created, and whatnot. Is there any one of those things that you're most proud of?
It's
because I mean, honestly, you can walk in there and see 50 different things that you didn't see the last time you were there.
Yeah.
Because it's just so layered, and you're always changing shit too. Like with something, I think when the sign burned out, you went up and changed a bunch of shit there and did different stuff. So.
Well, actually, I just cleaned it off.
Oh well, a layer of dirt.
I scraped all the dead bugs out from underneath, and it's about that much space behind it, and all the screws are stripped out. So that's such a. And actually, I went out there with the power washer. And,
oh, you mean the front sign?
Yeah.
Oh, I meant the furniture sign in the back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask you about the front sign. Is that? You clean that out, or?
Well, no, yeah. Well, that before, and then it's like I'm working on a whole new one.
That's what I was going to ask.
So I finally found the type of lettering I wanted.
Oh, really? Well, what created the name? I mean, you have a poster up in the place from the movie Wonderland.
Oh yeah, it came from. It was derived from the John Holmes Wonderland murders.
Is that what they call them though? Is that why?
Yeah, the Wonderland murders.
Yeah. Oh.
And it was like one of the 3768, I think, Wonderland Avenue.
Oh, is that
actually
the same?
That's the apartment. That's the apartment. The street where the apartment was.
But isn't that the same address as your place, or is that not?
No, it's nowhere even
Oh.
close. We're on Main Street.
No, I know the name of the
East Main
street.
Street.
But what about the number?
No, it's 1727.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, totally off.
Totally off.
Yeah.
But so it was after the Wonderland. No, nothing
Edit
gets
that
cut.
part.
Nothing gets cut.
Yeah, it was that's where the name came from. But then it was it's also you couldn't really.
You couldn't call it Chad's House of Horrors and.
I like the name better because it was based off of that. Just because the story with that was just it's pretty it's like an unsolved. Still to this day, it's still unsolved.
Yeah.
20, 30, 40 years or whatever it was.
Yeah, because the movie with Kilmer and it was like mostly speculation at the end of it, right?
Yeah.
Because they didn't really.
Yeah, no, they did actually with that movie. They did a really good job. It's telling sort of both sides of the story, but not picking one or the other. And actually, the crime scene footage on the second disc is pretty horrific.
Yeah.
But the name came from that, and you can't really use, it's like it's all about sex, drugs, and rock and roll, and two of those things aren't really a good idea for decorating.
Gotcha.
So I went with the sideshow. It still worked with the sideshow carnival theme because I wanted that as well because I wanted the freak show aspect. So it worked better. It worked, just like a carnival.
Yeah, it actually worked out really well too because when it first opened, there was a lot of people asking, why the fuck would you call it that?
Yeah.
Because I mean, especially with the decor and the carnival, and then all of a sudden, all of it made sense with like Rob Zombie movies coming out and everything.
Yeah.
It was like, shit, this fits right in there, no problem.
Yeah, and a lot of it also came from watching, House of a Thousand Corpses about 1,000 times. And there was because I painted the Captain Spaulding on the beer tap, and there's playing the movie in the background, and I'm all like hunched up on it painting this line, and it's the scene where he shoots the sheriff guy in the head, and I look up, and it's like, I know it's coming. I know it's coming. I know it's coming. It's like, when is it coming? And it's like, and then it's like this white streak goes all the way across the board. But some of it was that because that I think that's of, say what you want about the music or the the movies themselves. That one to me is the most visually interesting, and that's really what it.
The first one, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's got critics.
Yeah.
All that stuff is subject to interpretation. Some people like the artsy films more than stuff like that, and then it's like, well, to each their own.
Yeah.
I look at them on their own merit most of the time. I watched the last one and was impressed visually, but, story didn't get me. No big deal. But everybody's got their own taste, so who gives a shit?
Yeah.
So you get all that together. Everything's been rolling for 10 plus years now. 10, exactly 10.
Well,
wait, when did you say you opened? What was the date?
So December 27th.
So is that an anniversary coming up then?
Yeah, 2004. Oh, this year's
10th. The 10th. Big party.
Sure. Yeah. I was at the bank.
You heard it here first, people.
Yeah, I was at the bank the other day, and I was like, "Oh, what's this?" And I was like, "That's a bar downtown, or a restaurant, or whatever, because you can't have a bar in Richmond." It's like, "Oh, how long you been there?" It's like 10 years. Like, "Oh, really?" I'm like, "Yeah." So you can have a big party? I don't know, probably. Because I said it was
every weekend's kind of a big party, depending.
Yeah, depends on. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. And it's like, how do you top the next one? It's like I said I was going to stop at my 39th birthday. I was like, have my 39th birthday party, and that's it. I'm not having any more parties. And it's like, oh, then 40 came.
Well, on my 30th, I got tasered in your bar, so.
Yeah.
Twice.
That wasn't as that wasn't as exciting as I thought it was.
Neither. Yeah, me either. Yeah. I had I prepared myself.
Yeah.
Underpants wise, just in case. I was like, if I'm not going to shit myself on my birthday.
You had the Depends on.
Nah, well, a couple paper towels keep you safe.
Yeah, I had that problem too.
The things you never know.
Yeah.
Well, do you have any plans to expand or change it or do anything bigger or open another place or anything like that? Or are you pretty much happy with where you're at?
I mean, I don't know if I could really be anywhere else.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it'd work anywhere eventually.
True.
But it's like I've been all I've been hearing about. The 15 years or so I've been down there. It's like Shotgun Bottom's coming around. It's gonna change. It's like, okay, I'll just stay right here.
Yeah, you just let me know when it happens.
Yeah, you let me know when that's coming around.
Have you been a part of any of the big political shit with like the ball field or whatever trying to come down there?
I mean, that's actually most of the time it seems like I find out about it, or either I find out about it or remember about the big meetings or whatever. But
Too late.
The day, yeah. It's like, oh, the meeting started at 4. What time is it? 5:30. Oh well, all right. And it's Monday. I got darts coming in. Yeah, I gotta make money.
Yeah, exactly.
Or it's the day afterwards.
But is there anything have you gotten involved in any of that stuff directly, or is it more of a
it's kind of
when the stuff starts rolling? Because it's all been up in the air. It's all been talk.
Yeah, I've gone to the meetings, a couple of meetings here and there, and it's just kind of like it's all.
Exactly. Which isn't that what it always is with?
And it's like, all right,
I'll
believe it when yeah, and I know Todd Parnell, who's the vice president of Flying Squirrels, is kind of a friend of mine. He so I just, if I really need to know something, I'll just ask him, because obviously he's gonna know before anybody, or he'll know them. It's like you can hear all the stories.
Yeah.
This just applies to every situation, but it's like you go
playing
straight
telephone.
to the source.
Yeah, it's like playing telephone.
Yeah.
You can hear 15 different versions of something.
Here, you tell me what's going on, and then I'll tell everybody else.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll correct all the stories that I hear.
Yeah. Are you a member of isn't there like a Shaco merchant or group
something? There's a group that gets together.
Yeah.
I was at one point, and again,
it's all usually the same stuff over and over again.
Yeah, pretty much.
Keep it clean down here and bring people down, and it's always the same stuff.
Yeah, there was some kind of press conference today about the revitalizing the farmers market. I guess now that
they're taking the streets out or something, and making it like it is in Charlottesville or something. Yeah,
something that people aren't going to come to.
Something else they won't come to.
Hold on, let me maintain the optimist in me.
I think I don't know. I think it has potential. I think all that stuff has potential.
Yeah, something needs to be done.
But it's just like anything else. They take something good and they beat it to death.
Yeah.
Like when they did they made the decision to take the Shamrock the Block out of the place it's been since the beginning.
Yeah.
And that's whatever became of that. Like the people that were like, oh great, we're moving it. Those are the people that nobody really gives a crap about coming down there anyway. Right. Those aren't the people who are always down there,
and
patronizing the bars and all the places.
Yeah, most of the time those things are.
They're a headache for everybody.
Yeah, just because it's like you get you get a bunch of people down there that just don't know how to act, and they think because it's Shaco Bottom and it's got such a off reputation that they think they can come down there and just
act like asses.
Yeah, because you can put the same 15,000 people a week later up in Church Hill, and it's fine.
Yeah. It's a perception thing.
Yeah.
Now I've always wanted to ask this because I kind of know the answer, but I'm of the same mind, and I've had to learn not to be. You gather things over time, all the time,
right?
And fill the place with those things.
Yes.
And then every couple of years, you have to purge those things.
Well, some purging occurs, and it's more okay. It's more. There's more purging now than collecting.
Now, is there?
Yes.
Now I noticed you changed the layout of the music area. You moved the sound area and all that stuff. Is that in preparation for anything, or was that a necessity?
Well, that was just kind of I don't know why we did that. I think it was just to free up more space at the front of the floor.
I got you.
And then to get a better angle on the sound from the sound booth.
I got you.
But that's really was just more of a.
Because that whole back half of the other thing, aren't there bathrooms back there and other stuff, or?
Well, there's my office back there.
Can you actually get to it?
Yeah, I can get to it.
I haven't been over there in a little while.
I go back there and disappear for about 20 minutes or so, or every 3 or 4 times a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to go outside and around or anything.
No.
Because I remember when there was some sort of anniversary party you had, you cleaned the whole place out, and it was like a walking area. You could go out back and everything.
Yeah, we did. I think it was a camel event or something a few years ago. It was like some winter wonderland.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And we put sheets all over the walls in the back, so it looked like snow, and it kind of looked terrible. It's like there's a lot of great ideas.
Yeah.
But then it's like that didn't really quite work out like I thought it would. And then we had a snow machine that kind of shot soap bubbles everywhere. And gonna airbrush some shirts or something, and airbrush didn't work. It's like whatever.
And you know what? People still came. People still drank. The night still went through. So.
Yeah. No, it ends up being fine.
But you don't have any plans to expand that at all, or?
No, because I mean, not really. It'll be mainly for. I'm gonna make it more of a work area.
Yeah.
You know, to where I can
Build more stuff.
Project space.
Where do you build most of that stuff now?
Just wherever.
Wherever there's space.
In the band area, like during the week.
When nobody's in there, yeah.
Tuesday through Thursday.
Well, now we're to the part of the. Well, I'll ask two questions first, or one question first, and the follow up. Do you have a favorite story or favorite something that's happened while you were there, like a band that came through you didn't expect, or just something cool that happened that sticks out in your mind? Yeah. You've had some pretty killer shows of people coming through and whatnot, but I didn't know if there was one that was your favorite.
I mean, it's just, I don't know, there's just so much, it's like, I don't know, everybody asks me this all the time, it's like, what's your favorite horror movie? It's like, oh, really? What kind of music do you listen to? It's like, I don't know, what kind of mood am I in today?
Yeah.
And that's literally what it is. I mean, we've had a lot of really good, shows, a lot of surprising shows.
Well, all right, well, let me ask it this way then. From the bar, you get like box seats and stuff at the National and stuff like that from, was it Jim Beam?
Yeah.
Yeah. This, I'm sure I know the answer to this, but what was your favorite one of those events?
Well, that was, it's the most recent one that I went to.
Yeah.
And I put in, I put in the request several years ago if it ever happened again, because after he played at Toad's Place, I didn't think he would ever come to Richmond again. It's like, wait a minute, this is happening.
Yeah.
And like the week
because I was with you at that show at Toad's.
Yeah, the week before I was like, remember when I told you that if somebody ever comes to town again, I want those tickets? It's like, okay, yeah, I remember. Okay.
Just making sure you know.
Just making sure you remember, because I may or may not have heard something that's happening. And, and that was kind of.
Did you guys get to like shoot the shit with them and all that?
No, we didn't. I didn't get this time. I got to go backstage with my friend Kim at 9:30 Club before Thanksgiving. So I got to talk to Piggy D for a little while, and basically there was some picture he put up with like people throwing their bras at him on stage, and they got like a shitload of bras, and they basically they donate them to something or other,
breast cancer thing,
or something, something like that, some worthy cause, and then
instead of just hanging them from the rafters.
Yeah. And then it's like, I'm surprised we haven't. I'm surprised we haven't got any like underwear yet. And it's like, oh, the night's still young. So I did like to try to do the Zoolander thing, and told him I was going to throw my underwear at him on stage.
You'll be able to recognize them. They're brown in the back.
Yeah. So that was my first meeting with. I told him I was going to throw my underwear at him. And I wasn't even drunk, so God knows what I would have said or done.
Yeah. No shit. All right. Well. I'm trying to get everybody that sits on that couch to tell me a dirty story, so you've had ample time to think of one. Do you have a favorite dirty story? It could be a joke, it could be something that happened to you, it doesn't really matter, just something dirty.
Man.
Because that's the slogan, you sit on it and tell me something dirty.
I mean, that's the thing, I was trying to think about one, and I can't really, there's like everything just goes to like one giant blur after a while.
Yeah.
And I can't.
The same thing happened to other people. I give them the prep. Like, just think of something. Think of something.
All right. So the guy actually still comes. This was like 10 or 12 years ago at Bottom Line. And the guy that was with them still comes in every now and then. I still see him at the bar every now and then. He still brings up the story. And it was actually, it must have scarred me that much that I can't, that I still remember it. So we used to have these, the owner or whoever, I don't know, had these beads from Mardi Gras or whatever, and they're all really nice beads. So there was a 4-foot strand of beads, were about that big, and balls on them like that.
Oh no!
And they were hanging behind the bar on the. I've run into this situation a couple times where it was like, all right, this one chick wanted the beads. It's like, well, you know what you got to do, and it's 10 or 15 years ago, and the other girls are working with it. It's like, hey, you want to see some tits? It's like, all right, come here. And then she did it. I'm like, because it's
just disappointing.
So then so the other story was there was 2 girls and this guy was there, and one of them was pretty hot and had all of her shit together or where it should be. It's like she's like, here. I'm like, oh, those are nice. And then the other one, it's like, all right, so what do I got to do to get those beads? I'm like, I know this couldn't end well. And she's like,
wait, he asked it or she?
No, she did.
Oh, okay.
You know, and I was like,
the good-looking one?
No.
The other one?
No, I wanted to give it to the other one. So she apparently had this tattoo that nobody really has ever seen or sees, or not a lot of people get to see, and for some reason she felt like she wanted to show it to me, and it was down around in this area, and I'm just like,
it wasn't worth it. Oh, okay. If it was the hotter one, it would have been way better.
Oh yeah, no, it's like she's. I mean, yeah, it was just kind of like, oh, like, here, take him and go away.
So what was the tattoo then?
I don't know. I was gonna fuck. I mean, I saw arms doing this. You know, I'm not gonna like. It's kind of yeah.
Nice. So you gave away beads without ever having that mental image burned in.
No, it's burnt, obviously.
Well, I mean, you don't know what it was.
I don't know. I wasn't gonna look at it.
That's hilarious.
And I mean, a lot of there's a lot of stupid shit that I've forgotten over the years. And
well, I think one of the first things I remember of you, as messed up as it sounds, was your sneaky ball attack in every photo before cameras were digital.
Oh, yeah,
and everybody had a cell phone.
With the hanging the brains. Oh, no, there was one, actually, this guy was working for me at the time, left his phone at the bar.
Oh, jeez.
The night before, and it's like, let's see what I can do with this. And so he comes back the next day to pick up his phone, and his mom's with him. So Chris the Red opens up his phone, it's like, it's like just balls right there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wait, was it Chris's phone?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I got a couple people with that.
Because that was the thing that I remember was, it was literally right before digital cameras were everywhere, and people had them on their phones and everything. And you posed with people in pictures, and I think I even took the damn pictures when we get them developed, and it's like,
what is that?
Oh, yeah, it's everybody, and it's like, holy shit, like.
I guess that's the thing. It's like three or four people would look at it, and then that fifth person
would see it, yeah.
And they weren't. It's like not that they were expecting it either.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that was the thing. Like, who thinks to look for that? Like, I don't even know where you would come up with something like that, but you did.
Yeah, and
you always do.
Well, you obviously do that at parties all the time, and it's like just stand there. You go stand by the stove or wherever the large group of people is, and the just most light. Be nearby. Shirt down just low enough, and it's like.
Photo balling.
Yeah.
Ball bombing. Something. It's got to have a name.
Yeah. Hanging brains.
What's that? Hanging brains.
Yeah.
Krang. We'll call it Krang. Draw a little face on it.
No.
No. Well, man, I appreciate you coming over and doing this. Waking up a little early.
Yeah. Your
alarm went off in the middle of it, so I'm assuming this is right about the time you normally get up.
That's the oh shit, I got to get up one.
Yeah.
Or maybe get up.
Dude, seriously, I'm not kidding. It's time to get up.
I got to get up and go to the couch and watch TV.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming. I appreciate it. And
glad I could be of assistance.
Always.
Yeah.